bodyguards turned boyfriends here are some celebrities who have got caught hooking up with their protectors. I will never forget the early days of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and their over-the-top spin-offs in Kourtney and Kim Take New York. Kim Kardashian has a whirlwind romance with her Australian bodyguard Shango Dean. Kardashian bashfully asking for her towel, drays his bodyguard out to dinner, giggling as he agrees, and then calling her sister to spill all the tea straight afterward almost. As iconic as her losing her diamond ring in the Bora Bora Ocean and providing meme content for years to come, not to mention Dean's "You're the Boss" comment over dinner that bailed the deal for the now multi-brand Big Boss Kardashian. They started their very brief romance in the early 2000s, and at the time he was still working also as a bodyguard for her friend Paris Hilton. And when Shango told Kim that he had to go back to Australia, only giving her like 2 days notice, Kim was visibly upset, and Scott D. Kourtney's boy at the time told Kim she would like to marry him and then he could legally stay in the country, since things seemed to be going so well. Needless to say, that did not happen. She did not marry him, and he went back home after spending his final night together with her, despite only getting to see a small glimpse into Kim and Shango's short-lived love. It was fun while it lasted. Next up, we have the late and great Princess Diana. Princess Di had an alleged affair with bodyguard Barry Manikin. Now Barry Mankip was a police officer with the Royal Protection Squad and was assigned to Princess Diana's detail in April of 1985. 37-year-old Manikin was assigned to watch over Diana. Not only did the relationship start long before Charles and Camilla's phone saga Boomina Kinky was transferred, once the staff got wind of the affair, and Diana wasn't too happy about it. Manikin outright broke protocol of maintaining distance from his principal, Ken Worf Nanak's successor, and that Manikin had tea with Diana in her private drawing room, which was unheard of. The two were also overheard flirting. And in the Diana Chronicles, which is a British biographical book written and released by Tina Brown, Brown wrote that Diana said she played with fire with this relationship, but really it was Manakini who played with fire, and a former royal protection officer, Sedions, he was removed as her bodyguard. She was throwing her shoes at the back of his head. She was like completely distraught, and life was quite difficult for everybody. What's more, in 1987, Diana's alleged lovey pass away a year later in a traffic accident similar to her own. He was, UN, lived a motorcycle accident. Crazy exciting, rest in peace. My dear Diana Britney Spears is next. On the list, Britney dived into bodyguard territory in 2008 when she famously shared a few date nights and dance moves with her hired help. Lee doesn't know the last name of former Israeli soldier Lee and Spears were seen frolicking in the pool and getting down on the dance floor. When on vacation in Los Cabos, Mexico, the affair made for hot gossip at the time, and a hot summer romance for Brit, but didn't make the long haul. Allegedly, Lee was the fourth member of the staff to be dated by Spears. A source close to Spears had said at the time, Britney and Lee hit it off immediately. He is her perfect type. She loves guys who work out, and he is in great shape from his days, serving in the army. He also has a few tattoos that she loves. They've spent so much time together that one thing led to another, and their relationship became physical. They were Mexico together. They've been having a great time. Lee puts a smile on her face. Well, we all know that was short-lived, as they didn't swim off into the sunset and live happily ever after. Britney would then go off to have many more short-lived relationships, and her current status honestly kind of unknown. But she hasn't done much lately, come to think of it. I'm just kind of waiting to see another Dancing with Knives moment go viral from her. So stay tuned for that, Jennifer Lopez. We all know she has quite the dating record, multiple boyfriends, engagements, and marriages. I mean, she is currently single, which likely won't last long, but back in 1997, not long after she left the block, Jenny married her trainer and bodyguard Ohanoa. And to be fair, he only became her bodyguards because they were together first for so long, and there was no work for him. So he just took on that role. However, the pair divorced 11 months later. Jennifer Lopez did say in an interview back in 2019 that in her mind, the marriage didn't count. She said, I've been married 3 times, and once was 9 months, and once was 11 months. I was very young. The first 2 times I tried to get married, so it doesn't count. Noah, on the other hand, was quite devastated by their breakup. He would go on to say that Jen loves being in love, but she's been engaged 6 times. Ben is husband number 4. I was husband number 1, and she told me I was the love of her life. When we lay in bed on our wedding night, she would say things like, "We will be together forever." Honestly, it is very much giving Jen's the one who got away from him. But also, he blames Diddy for their breakup, saying P. Diddy planted the seed for her to end their relationship. And he tried to expose Lopez by threatening to release like some home video footage he had of her, and secrets that she just didn't want to be revealed. It is so messy, and he was likely just looking for a payday. Nothing ever got released though. And honestly, I just hope at this point that Noah has moved on for good. Prove that the perfect rebound is one on your payroll. Heidi Klum started locking lips with her bodyguard pretty soon after she and hubby Seal split. In 2012, romance rumors started swirling around. Klum and her hired security guard Martin Kirsten is now the model revealed in an interview with Katie Kirkhat, The Times saying Martin is a great man, and recently we just got to know each other from a completely different side. The pair reportedly dated, for a year and a half before calling it quits in 2013 allegedly. Heidi reportedly played the role of sugar mama following the breakup. She allegedly bought her bodyguard, X a house for her. His mother and his home country of South Africa gave him money in an effort to keep him quiet. Heidi also may have given Martin money in addition to the house a friend of his said she was spending thousands of dollars on dinners, parties, clothes, like anything to kind of keep him quiet. Another friend of Martin claims he ended their romance because he was just sick of being like a house husband. He went from having a successful SEC career to playing MRMO. Did you know everything about the children? The friend claims that while Heidi would be working and out of town, Martin would look after her 4 children, whom she had with her ex-husband Seal. Pamela Anderson may have avoided getting sick during the lockdowns, but she couldn't help catching feelings for her bodyguard, the former Baywatch, started the knot for the 5th time with Dan Hayhurst in 2021. Now the intimate ceremony was held on the grounds of her home on Vancouver Island on Christmas. Even now, the newly W told Daily Mail TV at the time, "I'm exactly where I need to be. In the arms of a man who truly loves me," they confirm meeting, while Hurst was working on the model's home. Well, staying in his arms for just under a year, Anderson divorced R in January 2022, dubbing the marriage a disaster. She said it was worse than any of them. And she said she realized, "Oh my God, I'm like caught up in this whole thing. What am I doing?" It just struck me that this is another disaster. I was paying for everything, cooking and cleaning for everybody. And so I just got out of it as soon as I could. A source close to Pamela said Pamela went into their relationship hopefully saying she goes into everything, hoping for the best, and she thinks every marriage will be her last. She continued to say, "I think they had a lot in common, especially their love for, Vancouver Island, but they just fell out of love now after the split from her 5th husband." Anderson began to compile her memoir, Love Pamela, and work on her Netflix documentary, Pamela: A Love Story, and lately, Pamela's been focusing on herself, her sons, and her projects, and I love that for her. Anyways, what do you guys think about all this? Asked Pamela going to find someone new in 2025. Let me know your thoughts. I'm your host, Blake. It's been great catching up.